Hi, and welcome to CIO Central. I'm Kim Stevenson, your guest host for this episode. In our previous episode, Bill Miller interviewed me, and now I have taken over the interviewer seat and will interview Bill Miller, our NetApp CIO. Welcome, Bill.
Well, Kim, thank you so much. It's wonderful being invited to my own show. I'm glad to be here.
So, Bill, now you've been the CIO at NetApp for some time, but also at other companies. So how has your experience here informed, how you're thinking about leadership at NetApp and what you need to do for us?
I'd say being a CIO has some consistency business to business, and you certainly learn as you go and you bring those learnings with you. One of the things I learned early on is that IT is truly a team sport. It's a team within and across IT, and it's a team sport cooperatively across our business partners in the enterprise. We certainly can't do it alone as IT professionals, and we really need to try to stay humble in that understanding that it's really a partnership and an ability to work together with the different business areas. I think we need to have really strong leaders who want to partner with us across the business. It's our job to help make you successful as a subscriber to IT services within the company and try to come to the table as a true partner and offer suggestions and best ideas on how to leverage technology. That's really the right headset. Kim, the technology is always changing, but it evolves in fairly predictable ways. The real challenge is in opportunistically mapping the technology of any particular era and mapping that to business needs. So you really have to do that in any generation of IT to really bring maximum value to the business. Directly on your question of NetApp, this is an engineering company, right? We produce incredible products, incredible services to advance the capabilities and the possibilities for our customers. I think engineers are great to work with. Engineers will yield to reason and logic. They yield to data and building a case for a certain activity, and they do it unemotionally. They are truly the data-driven subscribers in any company. So I think that makes an IT practitioner's job a lot easier.
A lot of organizations today, including ourselves, right, we're going through significant changes. The business is changing. Our customers are changing and expanding. So how do you think about that? What's on your top of mind, and how do you set those priorities for your team?
There's a bunch of things right now that are top of mind for us in the NetApp IT world. One is to build out a really competent public cloud services business. We need a sustainable cloud recurring revenue generating engine in terms of both the systems and the workflows. This is new muscle for NetApp. We spent 25 years selling capital equipment, and now we've pivoted dramatically over to the cloud side in ARR type of revenue. So building that competency and capability in our systems, very, very important that we get good at that fast. Data and analytics driving our business, driving everybody's business, putting in some new cloud data warehousing capabilities that are very important, because we're only going to be as good as our assessments and our insights are, and the data liberates that. So we've got to get better and better in our reporting and analytics space, and we're doing some really clever things there to help improve that over the next year. Kim, having sat in the CIO seat over the years, cybersecurity is still front and center. And it's still front and center for us. This was a real wake-up call this year for a lot of companies. And this isn't just an enterprise IT action. This is a company overall activity. When you look at the kind of challenges that came out of SolarWinds last year, the awareness that the whole supply chain for IT was materially disrupted in that SolarWinds event. We've got a lot of work to do to make sure we are ever vigilant in the security space and making sure that our IP remains our own IP, and our shared IP with our customers is kept secure in so many ways. And we work with your teams regularly to do that, and that's a real handshake and a great relationship. Our quoting, ERP, and and kind of cloud CPQ-like platforms. We have work to do there to modernize. I think they bring more efficiency and a lot more automation to our business. So we're eager to get on with that automation and continually get more cost-effective and automated. And, all IT departments around the globe, not just us, but our customers' IT departments are trying to automate, Kim, to get more efficient all the time.
Talent is probably one of the biggest challenges. And so I think we're fortunate to be in the tech industry because people gravitate to the tech industry. And so you got your team spread across the globe, right? You're servicing a global company. So how do you lead the team, particularly in this pandemic?
We got to continue to relentlessly pursue tools and techniques to continually improve, this new, what I call the heterogeneous world order, right? And it's going to be comprised of some work from home and hopefully get back to some work from work, right? We think it's going to be a balanced mix. I like to think of it as work from wherever, right? And we're going to have to learn how do we do that as productively and as effectively as we can so we can outcompete our competition. And so we're going to continue to look for new tools, new platforms, new approaches to doing business online and to be able to merge that when we come back to campus. We're learning how to deliver large, complex projects across time zones with all remote personnel, where we've got to co-locate people virtually instead of co-locating them in person. So we're developing our skills, our talent. We have to become aware of how to do that. And we're able to actually leverage a follow the sun model where we're really working around the clock to bring value to our internal customers and to our external customers in what they see in our platforms. This really helps us go faster and drive change across NetApp. And the thing I'm sure you're very familiar with, Kim, is this great Thrive data and feedback we get from the people and from our teams telling us what's working, what we can improve, and what they're really feeling in terms of engaging as a professional in the business. So we continue to take that Thrive data and act to that and react to that to try to make sure we're fine-tuning how we act. I'm starting something here in another week called CIO Office Hours. That's going to be fun, where it's an open mic for all IT employees to just come into a Zoom session and ask whatever they want. They may want to introduce themselves to me. It's all about talent in the future if you look at our businesses. And we need to attract committed, specialized, diverse talent wherever that talent resides. It is a war for talent. We're going to win and lose by having the best minds and the most emotionally committed staff we have.
Hey, Bill, in a previous episode of CIO Central, you asked me what it was like being a CIO at a tech company. So I'm going to turn the tables on you and say, hey, what's it like for you to be the CIO at a tech company?
Kim, it really is absolutely wonderful and makes my job easier as a CIO to work for a tech company. And let me explain a little bit about that. As IT professionals, we have the opportunity to work with, deploy, and utilize some of these brand new, wonderful, world-class products that we roll out at NetApp. And not only NetApp, but our partners' products that we bring together for really interesting solutions. So that's a rare treat to be able to do that and then to interact with our engineering teams to provide feedback to make these product offerings even better than they already are. We build great, sustainable working relationships with the engineering teams, with the product lines, and help in that capacity bring additional value to NetApp. My teams love this role. They really, really like being involved from a grassroots level in the engagements of a high-tech company. Two of my teams, as you know well, Kim, are very involved in this. Customer One, run by Mike Morris in our RTP facility. That's really about living the NetApp journey. We're the operators within NetApp of all these great technology and tools that we bring to our customers. And we really try to push those those tools and technologies to the stops and see what we can do with them, see how we bring real value to our business. And then we go back and talk to our customers about the things we're able to do and how we're really able to leverage those great NetApp technologies. Cloud One is a really amazing platform we've built. It's kind of the golf course equivalent of our signature hole. It's really a full framework, both cloud and on-prem, a hybrid multi-cloud solution that we're able to talk to our customers about and educate our customers on. So that's very, very exciting. Early utilizer of Spot technology, for example, in providing feedback to the business. And in addition to Customer One, we have a small team headed by Matt Brown called NetApp on NetApp. This is a team that routinely documents and distributes narratives on our many successes achieved with our own products and solutions. We talk about these successes through the NetApp on NetApp team with hundreds of customers per year. It's a great opportunity to provide these testimonials to our customers about the value we derive from our solutions. And we offer many follow-up dialogues with customers to drill down into the value add and even share architectures with those customers on how we've achieved success. We really have credibility with our customers because this comes from IT. We're not part of a marketing or sales organization. We have strong credibility with the customers in these narratives. It's a great experience, and my team members really enjoy bringing that kind of top-line value to NetApp as a business.
Bill, one of the first things I did when I joined NetApp just over a year ago was meet with the Customer One team. And they've been fantastic with the feedback, right? And it does make us better. And I mean, really, how special is that you get a built-in customer that is operating your products day in and day out and willing to dedicate time to providing that feedback so that everybody gets better. So yeah, I love the Customer One team and program, and think it has contributed significantly to our product portfolio. So thank you for putting them at our disposal.
Well, you're welcome, Kim, and it's really been a great opportunity for us to participate actively in not just the operating of the business, but the top side of the business, to be able to have these narratives with customers and really show them how we, walk the talk.
The practitioner's view is invaluable. So yeah, that's good. Hey, Bill, so now let's play a game. If you were me for a day, and our existing priorities, and we have some constraints, what would you focus on as if you were to build the product?
Let me get back to something we talked about in a previous discussion, and it's the CFO, Mike Berry, my boss, his latest initiative on simplicity, okay? Mike is sponsoring this effort that you're very active in to reduce sort of business transactional friction and improve the customer experience overall. So I think anything we can continue to do to make ourselves simpler to do business with from a customer perspective, we should continue to do, and we really should accelerate. And I think we also would rather have our sales engineers spending less time configuring complex products for customers and more time with the customer, understanding the customer journey and the customer needs.
Yeah, and that certainly is a priority of mine, right? Because we have the world's best product. We have to accessorize it with all the things that make it easy to do business with. And frankly, engineering simplicity is hard, but the end result is if it's easy for the customer and it's frictionless as it moves through our stages of product development, stages of ordering, stages of delivery, we will do quite well in the market and leave some of those competitors behind. Bill, it has been a true pleasure interviewing you for CIO Central. And I've enjoyed my guest hostess spot. But are you ready to take the mic back?
I'm so glad we did this and we switched chairs for the interview. It's been a ton of fun. I think it's been a great opportunity for the both of us. And yes, I am officially ready to switch. Thank you very much. So from CIO Central, thanks again to Kim Stevenson. Kim, as you know, heads up our product development for one of our key business areas, our on-prem products at NetApp. And this concludes this two-part episode of CIO Central. Take care, and we'll see you again soon.